All right, here we are with 11.4, solving systems by multiplicative elimination. Okay, so how do we solve one? A system of linear equations using elimination and multiplication. What I will say is that any of the three methods you've learned, substitution, graphing, or elimination, those will always work. Okay, and this one will always work as well, but it's a little bit more difficult. So if you don't fully grasp this, that's okay as long as you understand the first three. If you understand the first three, you'll be totally fine. Okay, so if we're given a system of equations, just like we've been given in the last three sections, okay, 3x plus 8y equals 7, and 2x minus 2y equals negative 10. Okay. And I want you guys to solve this. There's three ways you already know that you could solve this. You could graph it. That would give you a solution. You could use substitution. You could use elimination. Okay, we are going to use elimination, but with a little bit of a twist. Okay. So what you might notice right now is with elimination, we want to either eliminate the x's, get rid of those, or we want to eliminate the y's, get rid of those. And you know that in order for us to get rid of them, they have to have opposite coefficients. But 3 and 2 are not opposite, and 8 and negative 2 are not opposite, but notice that this is a plus and minus, and I wonder what would happen if we just said, well, why don't we make this a negative 8? In order to make this a negative 8, we would need to multiply the entire thing by 4. Okay, so let's multiply the entire equation by 4. When we do that, we get 8x minus 8y equals negative 40. So we get. Alright, so let's rewrite our new system of equations. We're not going to use this equation anymore. We're not using it anymore because we want to use this equation. Okay, so 3x plus 8y equals 7. That was our first equation. We're just carrying it over. And this one down here, 8x minus 8y equals negative 40. Okay, that's our equation from down here. Well, notice now that our 8 and our negative 8, those are opposite, 8 and negative 8. So let's just go ahead and add these two together. When we do that, 3x plus 8x is 11x. 8y minus 8y, those get canceled. And 7 minus 40 is negative 33. Okay, when we solve this out for x, we get x is equal to negative 3. This is not your answer. Please don't write that as your answer. Not your answer. Okay, we're going to take that x, and we could plug it into any equation we wanted. Any one. I'm just going to go ahead and plug it back into this equation here. Okay. And I get 3 times negative 3 plus 8y equals 7. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. And we add 9 to both sides. 8y is equal to 16. Divide by 8. Y is equal to 2. Now we have enough to write our answer of negative 3, 2. And that is our answer. Alright. Cool. Well, we got one. Okay. We're going to try one more, and then I'm going to have you guys try some on your own. I know they're a little bit tricky, but I really want to see what you guys can do. Okay. So just one more example of this. I'm going to go very slow through this example. If you don't need to move slow through this, then just fast forward through this, okay? You do not need to move slow, just fast forward through it and get to the practice problems to make sure you know what you're doing. Okay, so this one's pretty tricky because we may have to multiply more than one equation. We might have to multiply both equations. We are still using elimination, which means that those need to be opposite or inverses, or these need to be opposite and inverses. Good news so far, we have a negative and a negative, or a negative and a positive, those are inverse, and a positive and a negative, those are inverse. But we need the coefficients to be the same number. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to consider what could we multiply both equations by to get these coefficients to be opposite but the same number. Okay, so if we multiply this top one by 2, I'm just saying hypothetically, you don't have to write this down. Excuse me. If you multiply it by 2, you would have negative 6x plus 4y equals 8. Okay. So what about if we multiplied the bottom one by 2? We'd have 8x minus 26y equals 10. Well, I can tell you right now, the y's are not canceling each other out when we do that, and the x's are not canceling each other out. That doesn't work. So we have to try something else. Okay. So if we multiply the first equation by 4, I'm going to show you where I got the 4 from right there. And we multiply the second equation by 3, just 3. I'm going to show you where I got the 3 from right there. Let's see what happens. Here, our first equation, we multiply the 4 to everything. We get negative 12x plus 8y equals 16. Okay. Let's watch the bottom one, see what happens in the bottom one. We get 12x minus 39y equals 15. Okay. Negative 12x and positive 12x, those are opposite, so they will cancel. So I'm going to rewrite both of our equations down here. These are our new equations, right? Our new equations. These are the ones we want to use. Otherwise, there was no point in multiplying. So equation 1 from up there. And equation 2 from down here. Right? If we put just the line underneath them, we're just going to add them together. The one thing we got to check is to make sure that the equal signs are lined up, and they are. Okay? When we do this, negative 12x and 12x, those are inverses, so they cancel each other or add to 0. We get 8y minus 39y is negative 31y equals 31. Divide by negative 31, and we get y is equal to negative 1. That's a good start, but not the answer. Okay? We need to take that y and substitute it back in to this equation, this equation, this equation, or this equation. It does not matter. You will get the same answer in every single one of them. So let's plug. I'm going to take it and I'm going to plug it back in right there. Because that's what I chose. Not because that's the right answer, but because that's what I chose. When we do that, negative 3x plus 2 times negative 1 equals 4. Negative 3x minus 2 equals 4. Add 2. Negative 3x equals 6. Divide by negative 3. X equals negative 2. Now we have enough to write our answer of negative 2, comma negative 1. That's our answer. Okay. You got 2 to practice. See what you can do with those. And then that's it. If you finish early, you can start with your homework. We will have a test on this on Friday, so make sure that you will be prepared for that exam. That's one that you need to solve by multiplicative elimination. On the left-hand side, please, the other one that you need to solve when you finish, do your homework, and then remember we had a quiz on Friday, test on Friday. All right.